I'm sick of this feminism nonsense as well, bro. Sick of it. Sick of it. You women don't want equal rights, bro. You want superiority. You want things that suit you. You do not want equal rights, I promise you. I promise you. You do not want to live life as a man. It's fucking miserable, mate. Fucking miserable. You don't want that smoke. And you don't want the violence that comes so easily as a man either. You don't. You don't. You just don't want that. You don't want that. And any woman that's saying she wants equal rights, bro, put on them gloves then. Put on a pair of gloves, bro. Let's go to war. Do you get what I mean? Like, shut up, man. Like, this is literally why white people going extinct. Because you started being soft, bro, to your women. Bro, if she wants equal rights, yeah, listen, I don't agree with hitting women, yeah, but if she wants equal rights, show her what the fuck equal is, bro. I guarantee this feminism shit will stop. You don't see it in the black communities, bro. The women, listen, the women, yeah, and that's why the black man will slap them, bro. Because they're mouthy, bro. The white women ain't even all that mouthy, bro. You just tell them, shut up, and they shut up. They're not like the black women, bro. You tell black women, shut up, and bro, that's how it goes. You tell white women, shut up. She's gonna shut up. That's why everyone loves the white women, because they're submissive. Yeah, but now it's the men that are submissive to the women. It's you white men that are submissive to the women, bro. It's like I see it all the time, bro. All the time. How are you letting a woman give you lip? How are you letting her get in your face and be all aggressive and shut up, woman? Shut up. Do you get what I mean? What is with this feminist and nonsense, bro? Nonsense. They don't care about politics. They vote wrong. They vote emotionally, not logically. It's just they cook the whole thing, bro. They cook society, bro. And you men, and it's men to blame. I can't even blame women for it because it's the men that are supposed to be in charge. That's how it is, bro. Men are supposed to be in charge, right? So if you men are not taking charge, you're too pussy. And the women are stepping up. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? You men are to blame, not the women. The women are delusional, bro. They're being emotionally manipulated by the system. They're not to blame. Yeah, they are victims of a system that's greater than them. That's playing with their emotions to get like. Why would a woman not support feminism? If you say it to her like you're equal rights to man, you're not being treated fairly. Obviously, naturally she's gonna go, sign me up. It's gonna affect her heart, bro. It's gonna make her emotions go. You need to be a man with balls and a brain. The world can't run on women's emotions. Clearly, do you get what I mean? So men, you need to use your logic. You need to use your balls. You need to put your woman in your place, bruv. If you've got one kid, yeah, listen, if you're a middle-aged man, you got a wife, and you don't have at least 3 children, you're the problem. You are making our race go extinct. And if your wife doesn't want to have more kids, tell her to shut the fuck up, bend over. Get fucking, like the blacks do. Thank you very much. Seriously. Like, seriously, people. Seriously. That is the realness. That is the realest thing you're ever going to hear, bro. White people, stop being so soft. Stop being so soft. Stop letting your woman walk all over you with the words. With words, bruv. Happy wife, happy life. Well, do you know how you make your wife happy, bro? Listen, I'll tell you how you make your wife happy. You pay the bills and you make her legs shake. Done. Done. She gives you a headache, make her legs shake. Shut up, woman. Get to the bedroom. I guarantee she shuts up and she gets to the fucking bedroom. If she don't, you ain't a man, bro. You're doing something wrong, mate. Straight up, you're doing something wrong. You need to have more babies, bro. You need to stop being so soft. It's the women that are running society now, bro. It wouldn't run near me, not for a second. Yeah, you treat her with respect, of course. Okay, yeah. I was going on a very, tangent, right? Okay, now let me teach you how to also respect women. You must be a gentleman. Chivalry is dead. Chivalry should not be dead. Chivalry should be the main point. If you are truly chivalrous, your woman won't be giving you attitude. If you're truly chivalrous, your woman will be submissive. Do you understand? If you open the door for her, she's going to get in. If you don't, why didn't you open the door for me? Do you understand? Right? When the woman is nah 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 nah, you need to tell her, shut up. When she's not nah 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 nah, you need to treat her as as a queen, bruv. As the most important thing that ever walked this earth. Do you understand? She's a diamond in the dirt. You need to treat her as a diamond. Right? And this is why I say the men are at fault, because the men need to lead. The men need to treat the women how they deserve to be treated, right? But the men also need to make the women understand that physically they can't compete, so they need to take the submissive role and not the argumentative role. There's no point a woman arguing with a man, because how you really deal with things in the real world, it comes down to violence. Was there women arguing in World War II, or was it men shooting at each other, dropping bombs on each other that decides the outcome? Right. So, until women are going to start shooting at each other and dropping bombs on each other and rewriting history and manipulating the public, killing whoever needs to be killed to keep your story in line, you get what I'm saying? If you're willing to do all that madness, cool, go and run the world, women. But if you ain't willing to do that madness, shut up and let the men rule the world, and let the men give you a nice life in the meantime. Right? Because men are the problem. Men are majority of the problem. Men let feminism happen. Men let the women give the attitude. Men are not providing for the women. That's why the women are selling themselves. Because they need the money, bruv. Because the men aren't giving them the money. The man needs to work. The man needs to give the woman the money. The man needs to provide a life for the woman, so she can have babies. Have as many babies as possible, right? If the man is not providing that life, then he's not doing his job. Right? But if a woman finds a man that is providing that life, she needs to do her job. And not start acting like the man. Does that make sense? It works both ways, right? And I'm not just going at women. I'm mainly going at men. And what I'm trying to instill into them, yeah, is just stop being so soft. Just stop being such a pussy, bruv. Like, seriously, stop being a pussy. Be a man. That's what I'm trying to push. Because we stopped that. We stopped that years ago. We stopped telling men to be men. We started telling men to be women. We started telling women to be men. And that's why the world's cooked. Women need to be women. Men need to be men. And more importantly, men need to be men. Because women can't go back to being women unless men start being men first. Because it's men that take the lead naturally. By God's natural order, men have to take the lead. Yeah, they have to follow Christ, but they take the lead. You know what I'm saying? Christ is the head of the world, but the man is the head of the household. Okay? So that's how it needs to be. That's how it needs to be. The men, you have to be men first. If the men aren't willing to be men, if you're not willing to be chivalrous and bold, right, and masculine, then your women can't be truly feminine. She can't be truly submissive, because she needs protecting from the world. She needs somewhere safe to raise your babies. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, please don't take that the wrong way, but, yeah. Chivalry is dead. Chivalry should not be dead. The man is the head of the household. The man should lead. And the woman should follow. If the woman is leading, it ends to catastrophe. She will drain the man for everything he has and then leave him. That's how it goes. Why do you think divorce rates are so high? Divorce rates have never been higher. Birth rates have never been lower. Why is that? Because men have never been more feminine and women have never been more masculine. To be masculine is to let the animal out and then learn to control it. That's the difference. You men ain't men because you haven't touched that animalistic side of you. You don't know what it's like. You've never jumped into those depths. Does that make sense? And that's why men aren't men. They're feminized, soft. A man should have one woman, and a woman should have one man. And that man should be truly masculine, that woman should be truly feminine, because this is the way God intended. 0. You should learn to be a man before you get married, mate. That's the point. That's the point. Biblically, you're allowed one wife. You're supposed to find your wife once you become a man already. And as I said, to be a man, you must be able to provide a life for a woman where she can feel safe and raise children. If you cannot provide that for a woman, then you're not ready for a woman, are you? So stop falling to lust. Start following love. Because you're lustful and weak. If you have divorces, split ups, like myself, I'm no angel. I wasn't raised Christian. I was raised morally corrupt. Then you wasn't a man. You failed. You failed in the eyes of God. You failed to reflect the perfection of the image of God. You failed, mate. You failed. You're supposed to be a man, provide a life for a woman, have a wife, and then you can have more babies to stop the reducing birth rate. And then you will also find a good wife, and not a naggy wife, because you'll be a man with balls and a brain. Is what it is, people, and listen, yeah? I say it and it might sound harsh, some of you might swipe off, whatever, don't agree, or da-da-da-da, but that's the way God intended, so I don't really care about your opinions. Like, that's what it is, bro. What I'm saying, yeah, is what I've read in the Bible and what I've concluded. Man and woman come together as one. As one. Yeah? Man is man, woman is woman, but they come together as one. God didn't create masculinity and femininity and give man and male and female their own unique characteristics for you to ignore them. For this world to ignore them. And then wonder why the world fucked. Because you're ignoring them. You know?